there was some back over there.
Any member of my FTC committee, if you could please stand up and wave. These are the people who helped me to run 72 events this season. And then we have a few guests that we would like to share a message with you. So please give a warm First Tech Challenge welcome to Courtney Jones, Director of the Cum Center for STEM Education.
Welcome to Missouri S&T. We are so excited that you're here every year. This is definitely one of the best events that we have. I do want to take an opportunity to just recognize a few people that are key to making all of this be such a success. Such a success, there we go. So, if you're part of the Commerce Center for STEM Education, Roxanne Hanna, she's our Associate Director, Sarah Sullivan, Sarah Baggett, Melinda Curtis, there's a lot here. If you find us, if you need anything, we are happy to help you. But please give me a round of applause for our team. Representative Tara Peters, Representative Don Mayhew, longtime supporters of First in Robotics, and we're so excited that y'all could come. Our First in Missouri partners, Laura Robb, Leslie Steinmeier, Leanne, and so many others. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you all so much for everything that you do. We are happy to announce that we have increased our sponsorship this year with the changes that have happened between Worlds and Premier Events. We'll be increasing our sponsorship from $10,000 to $15,000 for FTC teams that advance. goes into it. So now it is my privilege to introduce Dr. John Harris, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at Missouri S&T. As Provost, Dr. Harris oversees all academic programs and colleges, as well as university libraries, enrollment management, and online learning. He currently is also serving as the interim Vice Provost for Graduate Education while we search for a new founding Dean and Vice Provost for the Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies School. Dr. Harris joined Missouri S&T in July of 2025 from Florida Tech, where he was the Dean of the College of Engineering and Science. Previously, he was at the University of Florida for 29 years and was the chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering Department for 13 years. Dr. Harris earned his bachelor's and master's degrees both in electrical engineering from Massachusetts Institute of Technology and a PhD in computation and neural systems from California Institute of Technology. He completed a postdoctoral research fellowship at the MIT Artificial Intelligence Lab funded by the National Science Foundation's Division of Advanced Scientific Computing. Through his research in bio-inspired computation, he has graduated 36 PhD students and 21 master's degree students, published over 200 papers, and secured over $9 million in research funding. He holds 19 patents and is an avid chess player. Please join me in welcoming, for his first time at First Robotics in Missouri, Dr. John Harris.
Good morning, everybody. We're right at the boundary of morning and afternoon. So welcome to Missouri University of Science and Technology. And I'm glad every team, coach, judge, family member, and volunteer has made the trip to Rolla for the Missouri-Kansas First Tech Challenge Championship. Before I begin, I want to thank the people that were responsible for this event, Laura Roth and Leslie Steinmeier, and Courtney Jones, and the entire Campus Center for STEM Education team that's here at Missouri S&T for hosting the championships, and for our representatives that are here today also. Let me talk a little bit about me, okay? Before I became provost, I was an electrical engineer, and I had a career in electrical engineer and built robots and did a whole bunch of things. And as a message for all of you, I got other interests. I got interested in biology, okay, which is a very unusual thing to talk about. I'm an electrical engineer, I'm building robots and things like that. But I studied biology to build better engineering devices and better robots. So think about this. All of you have, walked through the woods and gotten a scratch on your arm, okay? What happens to that scratch? After a couple of days, it goes away. You heal yourself. If the robot that you have, the great robots that we have behind us, get a scratch, what happens? How many days before that scratch goes away? The scratch will never go away. Someone has to fix the scratch. And I play sports. I like to run, I play basketball, ultimate frisbee, these kinds of things. Occasionally, all of you play some sports, you might pull a muscle, twist an ankle, these kinds of minor injuries. What do you do when you get this kind of injury? You strain a muscle. You just wait. You wait a couple of days, the body heals itself. If your robot gets an injury, the wheel breaks, the processor smokes, and something happens like this, you can't just wait. You let it sit there. You can put it away for a year and pull it back. It'll have the same damage it had when you put it away. Okay? Biology is amazing in this aspect. Robots don't heal themselves. maybe someday they will, and maybe somebody in this room will invent a self-healing robot. Okay, and if that's you, remember you got the idea here today. And so many of you have sensors. I was looking before. There's cameras and different things on your robots. I use biological inspiration to build better robots. Okay, the human visual system is amazing. If you study the biology of how systems work, eagles have better vision than humans. An eagle on a perch on a tree, so this is the bird, the eagle can see a rabbit more than a mile away running in a field. It's just astounding how this works. And so I like to study these animals and build better systems, build better robots in the end. If you have a dog, you know its vision is not so good, it can't see color that well, can't see the features that well. But it's got incredible hearing and fantastic sense of smell. Okay, in fact, these days you'll see sometimes at airports the police will train dogs to detect explosives and to detect drugs. Why do we do that? That's a huge issue. Training dogs to do those things and using them in operation. Why don't we just build an electronic dog, a nose that can work as well as a dog? That'd be much cheaper, more efficient to do. The answer is we can't. We don't know how to do that. And when we figure it out, we won't be able to do it exactly the way that the dog does. So this inspiration, trying to understand from biology, will help us build better engineering devices, better robots in the end. And so it's humbling looking at biology and trying to understand the marvels of how things work. Engineering designs are phenomenal when we look at biology. The theme of this year, the word is decode. Okay, and engineers use this word every day in different contexts. All of you have microprocessors on your robots. I was asking a team what kind of microprocessor, some kind of Android device that you have there. In the brain, I try to decode how the brain works, literally decoding the neural code. I study the brain. I'm trying to understand how the brain processes and stores, transmits, and processes information. Okay, and it's very interesting. The neat thing about the brain is it uses 20 watts of power. Okay, your laptop uses more power than your brain does. And your brain is doing so much more than your laptop. Processing images, processing speech, recognizing things, the motor system, making decisions. It's incredible what the brain can do with so little power. All of you know about AI systems that are out there, ChatGPT and whatnot. If we look at how much power, how many data centers and racks of GPUs and hardware to run things like these AI systems, it's phenomenal. Literally megawatts, many megawatts of power, millions of watts, compared to 20 watts. 20 watts for your brain. This microphone keeps going in and out. We need a bio-inspired microphone here. So we're studying why so much power is being used and the impact on the environment and energy and the push on resources that we have because of the use of power is phenomenal. So in studying the brain, in studying biology, future engineers, some of you out there in the audience, will come up with more power-efficient ways to make these AI systems, make robots and AI systems more power-efficient, and getting inspiration from various things. And so I get my inspiration from biology, looking at biological systems. So these systems are loosely inspired by biology. Okay, and they're called neural networks at the core for these large language models and all of that. Except they work fundamentally in a different fashion. than biology does. And one of the things that has happened as we build these large neural models, ChatGPT, it's embarrassing for engineers. We build this system and we don't know exactly why it works so well. Okay? It's probably not your experience with building your robots. Probably hasn't worked as well as you hoped. AI systems work phenomenally better, and we don't understand why they work so well. And again, we're looking for engineers and scientists to understand this better, and some of you in the audience maybe can work on this problem. It reminds me of a story of the bumblebee. And then the story goes, there was a physicist who, using aerodynamic equations, proved that bumblebees can fly. Okay? Obviously, bumblebees can fly, but they're using these simplistic equations, and they proved that it couldn't. So the same thing is happening with some of these systems, like the AI systems. Our models are too simple, and so we're proving that it shouldn't be doing what it's doing, but in reality they are. So we need to be smarter with the models that we have coming up. So all of this is making us think how to do better in engineering. So we have a lot of future engineers here in the audience that we hope are inspired by these things. So if you're interested in engineering, science, robotics, computing, AI, you're here today at the Missouri University of Science and Technology, and we hope that we see you in a few years as a student at this university. And let me say some plugs for this. Our graduates here receive higher starting salaries than any of the schools in our region. Okay? We're one of the top engineering schools in the region. Even more so, when you look at return on investment, we're among the top schools in the country. And this means higher starting salaries compared to lower tuition, relatively lower tuition costs. And I'm sure that's something the parents here like to hear, right? That's a big plug for us. So I'm going to get off the stage now. I hope you have a fantastic competition. I hope you learned something from each match, and I hope several teams make it to the next round of competition in Houston. And finally, I hope to see all of you here as students in a few years. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. I am handing off the microphone to Olvike, who is going to be your MC for the day.
Good afternoon, First Tech Challenge! My name is Olvike, and I will be your MC for today. Welcome to Decode, presented by RTX, part of the First Aid season, presented by Qualcomm. First is a global robotics community, preparing young people for the future. First engages students in grades pre-K all through 12 in our suite of STEM programs. First Lego League, First Robotics Competition, and of course, First Tech Challenge. First Tech Challenge started in 2005. We've grown to more than 8,000 teams in more than 55 countries. By joining us today, you are part of this movement. All of you are helping make this program possible for the next generation of innovators. Thank you. We are in for such a fun day together, and I honestly cannot wait to see how everything comes together. 36 teams are here today, and I want to see how everyone has been working so hard to design and build their robot for this year's season. This season, students will step into the world of archaeology, uncovering stories hidden in artifacts, tools, and discoveries. Our students will dig deeper using STEM skills and creativity as they design, build, program, and drive their robots. Together, they'll take on the thrilling head-to-head challenges inspired by the science of discovery. And of course, a huge shout out to our season sponsor, RTX. They put together a special welcome message for all of you. So let's check it out.
Welcome, First Tech Challenge teams, and congratulations on advancing to this level of the Decode season. This is an amazing program. Nearly 100,000 students across 81 countries develop STEM skills, practice engineering principles, and explore the value of teamwork in First Tech Challenge. Through the RTX collaboration with FIRST, we hope our work inspires you to think about how technology can be used to not only prepare for the future, but to also learn from the past. Now my colleague Amanda will show you some incredible technologies that are currently being used by archaeologists.
Thanks, Dante. Here in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, RTX's underwater acoustics capability is similar to the technology archaeologists use to locate, image, and map ancient sites and artifacts. Synthetic aperture sonar uses an artificial array of transducers to scan the seafloor, collecting data to form an ultra-high resolution picture. These images reveal the shape and size of objects, like shipwrecks, in much more detail than traditional sonars. And from the sky, archaeologists use remote sensing techniques to research past societies and cultures. RTX unlocked the next generation of remote sensing by using digital engineering to produce sensors that are smaller, lighter, and more capable for a variety of Earth observation missions. Traveling on satellites, these imaging instruments provide maximum resolution imagery from space. Working with NASA, RTX is designing a new remote sensing instrument to identify land patterns like crop production, mineral mapping, and forest management. Right now, RTX engineers work in 30 countries, focused on things like advanced avionics, directed energy, electric propulsion, hypersonics, and quantum physics.
These are only a few of our industry-leading projects at RTX that allow us to see further and in more detail than ever before. Working with this year's First Tech Challenge teams has been energizing and impactful, and your passion for inventing is second to none. Whatever the outcome of today's competition, you're all having an impact. Best of luck, teams.
Thank you, RTX, for your support of First Tech Challenge this season. Being part of First doesn't end when you graduate. As alumni, you will always have a place in the community with chances to volunteer, make new friends, connect with professionals, and keep shaping the future. Volunteering at events, any First event, is a great way to stay involved after high school. There are 72, one more time, 72 First Tech Challenge events in our region each year, and they can always use more volunteers. Let's take a moment to recognize the First alumni who are here today, giving back as volunteers and mentors. Please stand and wave so that we can thank you. Learn more about all the ways that you can make the most of your First experience at firstinspires.org/alumni. For some of you, Decode may be your final season as a student in First. For those of you in your final year of high school, you are becoming First alumni, and we can't wait to see how you will stay connected and inspire the next generation. All of our students in their final season, please also stand and join the alumni in being recognized. Graduating this year, please join us to take a future First alumni group photo right here on the field after the last qualifying match today, just before Alliance selection. Now I would like to recognize some volunteers who helped make today happen. First, let's recognize our judges. These individuals have the difficult job of singling out the best of the best from today's teams. They've already been busy this morning interviewing teams and reviewing team information. this afternoon. Let's give them a big round of applause for their dedication. Next, I'd like to introduce to you the first technical advisors, or FTAs, the control systems advisor, and the robot inspectors. Our technical volunteers know the ins and outs of our robot control system we use to keep this competition. And our keys to last season. And finally, I would like to introduce you to our referees. The people in stripes have the difficult job of ensuring everyone is playing by the rules. As in all sports, their rulings are final.
Good work, team. Good work, everybody. Yeah, back out. Hi, everybody. Come on.
Please help us stick to the schedule by respecting their decisions and directing questions to the question box, which is located by field 1. Thank you, referees. I would also now like to take a moment to recognize and thank all of the parents, coaches, mentors, and volunteers who helped to make this event possible. Students, please make it loud for everyone who supported your journey here today. Our program would not be possible without the help and support of our amazing volunteers. Today, we would like to recognize our Missouri-Kansas Volunteer of the Year, Colin Robinette, our regional head referee.
Oh! I couldn't hear. Thank you. Oh! I'm sorry, I walked right by. You're welcome. Thank you.
There is another referee we want to recognize today. Jason Yeager, a longtime volunteer, head referee for the St. Louis Mid-League, and mentor to the FTC teams at Eureka High School. We would like to honor Jason today by presenting him with the Lifetime Service Award. This is Jason's last season with us. He will be moving to Memphis, but we hope he comes back to visit. Thank you for all you do for First Missouri. We ask all of you today to honor the first ethos of gracious professionalism. This means doing your best work and at the same time respecting and valuing the other students, teams, and volunteers here. And who better to explain this core value first than our program leaders, first alumni, Rachel Moore and Colin Harris.
I'm Rachel and this is Colin. We're both First alumni and together we lead First Tech Challenge. We'd like to talk about something that's important and part of the ethos of First programs, gracious professionalism.
If you've never heard the term before, gracious professionalism is kind of like good sportsmanship, but instead of only describing how to behave when you compete, it can apply to all aspects of your life. Gracious professionalism is a way of doing things that encourages high-quality work, emphasizes the value of others, and shows respect for individuals and the community.
First is a small cross-section of the real-life opportunities that each of you will have to make decisions which reflect gracious professionalism. Practicing gracious professionalism doesn't have to be large sweeping gestures. Instead, it's the little choices that each of us makes when no one is watching that all combine and fuse together to form our collective culture. You already know how to compete hard, and you know how to be kind. Think about how your actions make others feel, and how that makes you feel.
Your team probably plans strategy before the season and before each match. You can do the same exercise for how you will handle challenging interpersonal situations that might come up throughout the season. You won't always get it right, and that's okay, because gracious professionalism is a journey, not a destination. It's something we should strive to practice every day. When we make a mistake, we should own it, offer a sincere apology, and attempt to make amends. Then, find ways to do better in the future.
First can be challenging. It's supposed to be. And that means that at times during this season, you may feel pressure and experience stress. In those difficult times, it might seem easier to be selfish or only take your own interests into account. After all, even if you do everything the right way, there's only a handful of teams that will win the last match of the season and be celebrated as world champions. But while there's a limited number of championship trophies, there's no such limit on the number of teams who will have a successful season. Don't waste your time on being envious of others' success. Ask questions, challenge yourself, learn from others, and share your own knowledge.
First programs would not be possible without the time committed by tens of thousands of caring adult volunteers, including team coaches and mentors. As First alumni, we know the impact that mentors and coaches can have on a young person's life. Mentors and coaches are key to establishing and maintaining a team culture. On behalf of more than 100,000 First Tech Challenge students, thank you for all that you do. Aristotle once said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. This season, we hope you have the opportunity to educate both. Good luck.
This season, volunteers at all events have been handing out Gracious Professionalism buttons to all of the students who have demonstrated gracious professionalism this season. Please stand and be recognized if you have received a Gracious Professionalism button this season. And now at this time, we would like to recognize our Missouri-Kansas Gracious Professionalism Award winner, Mike Goodrow from Team Jobotic Spree. Each year, First Tech Challenge creates a new and challenging game for teams to learn and compete in. Teams will investigate the power of the world's artifacts and unlock mysteries in the 2025-2026 Decode presented by RTX season. If you're watching Decode for the first time today, here is a quick summary of how our game works. First Leadership Award finalists are outstanding student leaders whose passion and effectiveness at embodying First ideals is exemplary. These students were nominated by their teams for their direct contributions and impact on others. The 4 First Leadership Award finalists will have the opportunity to travel to the First Championship, where they will be joined by other finalists to be considered for recognition as one of the 10 Leadership Award winners. And now, here are the 4 Missouri-Kansas Leadership Award finalists. Mira O from 30308 Significant Figure. Patty Y from 6547 Pole Ball Colts. Avery K from 23414 The Piñas. And Monet L from 6168 Maniacal Mechanics. All right. Congratulations to these well-deserving students. Here is how today will proceed. In just a few moments, qualification matches will kick off. After that, we'll dive into a line selection where our top 6 ranked teams will choose their partners for the afternoon's playoffs. During the playoffs, we will celebrate with awards, wrapping up with our event winner, and of course, the Inspire Award. It will be an exciting day from start to finish. But before we start that, I would like to take a moment to be mindful about safety. I want to draw attention to the emergency exits located at the corners of the arena. If you hear an alarm, please evacuate to your nearest exit. Please make a plan with your team about what you will do and where you will regroup in case of an emergency. The first aid station is located by the door at the First Aid Missouri table. Keeping us safe is everyone's responsibility, so during the course of this event, please help us keep walkways and exits clear. And if you see something unsafe, like a tripping hazard or a spill, please correct the issue immediately or ask the admin located near the practice fields for help. In addition to physical safety, let's also talk about emotional and psychological safety. Everyone here deserves to have a safe, nurturing, and fun experience. We are a community who looks out for each other. So if you see someone who might be struggling, please check in with them and see how you might help. Thank you for helping us make this a safe and enjoyable event for all. And now, before we begin playing matches, please rise for the playing of the United States National Anthem.